welcome back to Honeycomb Hollow. We are going to clean out the coop. Let's get to it.
Myself a test to see if I actually gathered everything we need or if I'm gonna have to run and find something that I forgot. We're gonna clean out the inside of the coop, which is really nasty right now. We're gonna take out the thin roost that we have in there and replace it with some thicker roost for winter time.
Right.
I'm gonna disinfect the coop. We're gonna put new shavings in it, deep, what do you call that? The deep bed shavings for cleaning. Also have some spray for mites and some deodorizer that we're going to put in there. We're going to be using our old grain sacks from the chicken feed, dog food, everything like that to line the chicken coop for winter time.
Okay, that's a really great idea. So these are the new roosts. We just went out into the woods and cut these down. Now the purpose of this is that these are 4 inches or close to it wide. And the reason why they would do that for the winter time is because when the chickens roost here, their feet don't wrap all the way around them. They sit here and then their bodies sit on top of their feet, claws, toes, whatever you want to call them, and keep their toes warm, and that keeps them from getting frostbite in the winter. Okay. We hear you. Good morning, we hear you.
I got my shovel and my broom over here. I got my barrel so I can scoop all the stuff out and take it to the compost.
Yep.
And that's where we're going to start. 2 most important things, gloves and mask.
Raising chickens is a very dirty business, and their droppings most likely will have salmonella bacteria in it. So you definitely do not want that. You will have a bad time if you get salmonella poisoning. So a mask is a good idea. Wow, look at the windows. They're dirty. I guess it's from getting wet in the mornings. And then...
Everything's covered in
So what we're going to be doing here is what's called a deep bed method. And that is you put the bedding in at 4 inches. And every week, kind of go in and just sort of mix up the top. And it folds all of the droppings down into it, which will compost. And you can do that for many, many months before having to replace it all, rather than just put a thin layer and have to replace it every week or so.
Hear how pissed off she is. She's not happy. You open the door.
Yeah, she mad. She'll be all right.
In the past, I've gotten the rake, and I've just raked all this out onto the ground and spread it out across the bottom of the chicken run.
Right.
And the chickens go nuts scratching around in it. They love it.
Be careful.
I'm going to end up getting inside of here, but I'm going to clean all the space in the opening. She's mad.
Yeah, she's mad. Here comes the other ones to protect her.
I'm just making a spot for me to climb in. And then I'm going to move everything towards the door after I get inside.
So right now Rhonda's removing the old roosts. You can see how thin these are. And they're really just perfectly fine. They work just fine. And the one that she's taking down right now actually has rope on it. How'd that one do as far as the rope's concerned? Still on there?
It's still good. I think I'm going to leave it there and just put a big one beside it.
A big one beside it?
Yeah.
Okay. see what this is made of, and I'll wash my hands later. But it's pine chips. You can see all the poop in here. This is all dried up, and that's exactly what the pine chips are supposed to do, because this stuff comes out very wet out of their bodies. And what it's supposed to do is just suck that up, and then you cover over it, and because it's a deep litter method, it sort of composts itself really in this. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to put this directly on your plants, because this has not been broke down enough, and there's way too much nitrogen in this bird poop. I will definitely be washing my hands, guys. I know every one of you is thinking about it right now. But there's way too much nitrogen in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw this into the compost. We're going to let it sit all winter long and break down and turn into a really nice soil. Oh yeah, they love this stuff. They just love, yeah. Yeah, they love scratching it and getting into it.
Inside the coop,
yep,
to cover up all the cracks, or you know, the air leaks.
Yep.
Keep all the cold air out once it starts getting.
So you cut the bottom and the sides and made it into a longer piece.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, Morgan. He is the rooster, and he watches over all these girls. He's very capable. But I think what you're doing here is a great idea. These were all going to get tossed in the trash, which eventually just gets burned anyway.
So now that I've got this swept out, it's not perfect, but it's good. I kind of scraped off some of the cemented, you know.
Stuff that made it down to the bottom was wet?
Yeah, and it was like cement. I scraped that off.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I'm going to do is use this poultry protector spray, which is made by Mana Pro.
We don't know these products and we don't represent them, and this is the first time that we're going to use them. So we're going to let you know how they work.
Yeah, so this one is good for lice, mites, fleas, and ticks.
Okay.
When you change your bedding in your coop, you're supposed to spray your entire coop with this, but it's also apparently safe to use directly on your birds if you have a big problem. But we're not going to put it on our birds. We're just treating our coop today.
Okay.
This one is going to go on the floor, and we're going to sprinkle it on the floor before we put the new pine chips down. And this is going to help control the odor.
Okay.
So as the ammonia, you know, starts building up, this is going to control that for us, so we don't have that horrible smell. First thing I'm going to do is spray. I'm going to spray down the floor and all the walls in here and the nest. There is a hen in the nest right now, but she seems pretty chill. I'm not going to spray that nest while she's in it, but I'm not worried about her being in here since this is safe for the birds. I don't think there's fleas and ticks, you know, in here. Almost done, except for the floor. What are some fat-ass chickens running up and down that thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get the floor real quick. I sprayed the jute rope on this because I think mites could probably thrive in that stuff.
Yeah, if they come off their bodies, yeah. I don't think we got a lot of bug issues out here. They have picked this place clean. There's 22 chickens in this run, and it's big enough for them, but that is about the maxed out you want to get. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure they're eating every single bug that comes into this place.
Here's where we gather our eggs.
Yep, here she comes.
I'm going to go ahead and collect the eggs that are in here. We normally don't collect till 5 o'clock, but we're going to go early.
She just ate a spider.
Well, the way you constructed this, I really like it because there's no way it's going to flip over.
No, that exactly. I was worried about that. It's very rudimentary, but it works just fine. Bar rocks are very calm. They're very calm chickens. They don't mind being around people. They like to be picked up and held. She's grabbing the nesting and she's pulling it out. And she's dumping it on your floor you just cleaned. Whoa! Oh, a little bit.
They're very docile. They get picked on by other chickens.
Yeah. Color-wise, they're one of my favorites. I love the barred look that they've got with the white and the black and gray.
I got my bags. My bags are all split in half.
Yep.
Now I'm going to use my handy dandy stapler.
Handy dandy stapler.
And I'm going to staple these around the walls. If
Yep.
you look at the back walls over there, you can see the split where the sunshine's coming through.
Right. See?
Basically, we're preventing a draft during the winter, but I'm going to cover all the walls. I'm not going to do the ceiling or the floor.
By the way, guys, if you're asking why am I not doing the work, oh, trust me, I wanted to do the work, but she is refusing to let me work. She says what a man can do, a woman can do.
I said what a man can do, a woman can do better.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go.
So I'm going to start at the bottom and make my layers, you know, go down. Not perfect, but it'll serve its purpose.
Side.
Look at these chickens sitting over there, probably fixing shit on me.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm going to use our coop and compost right here. It's for odor control. You can also use it in your compost if you want to, but we're going to use it in the chicken coop floor right before we put down the bedding. It looks like this. It does not smell like anything. Sprinkle generously. Then we're going to put down our pine chips, which are medium pine chips that have less dust and less things for the chickens to eat because we don't want them to eat the pine.
See a lot of dust in there from that stuff. Do you breathe in it?
No.
Okay, we'll be careful.
That's all I'm putting.
Okay.
Okay, let's get the chips.
All right, so now we are going to put in the pine flakes. These are, I believe, medium flakes. This is the brand we use because this is the brand that they sell at the local store. So this is what we use. 9 cubic feet of yellow pine.
You ready?
Ready.
Some more plastic to take away from the holes.
So we're looking at about, we're trying to get a 4-inch deep litter. It's the method we try and follow. The deep litter method. And that is exposing just the very top layer of a very thick material, and then every week just kind of brushing the top of it to bring the soiled stuff, the stuff that's on top, down into it. And that is the deep litter method.
I'm going to bring the second one over.
And of course it's controversial. Some people use it, some people don't, but most people do. And it's sort of the modern way of doing things.
It is kind of wet. It breaks up real easy.
Well, let's take them in here and see. All right, y'all, so it's the next day. We had some trouble installing the roosts. The wood was very difficult to get through, so I ended up having to pre-drill and put some new screws in, some new nails. We worked pretty much all evening until dark getting that done. And now it's the next day. It's a beautiful day. And Rhonda is going to be putting in some of this. Why don't you tell them what this is?
This is chicken nesting herbs. It's supposed to promote like a peaceful mood for your chickens so they don't have stress. It's made out of calendula, chamomile, lavender, peppermint, rose petals, and catnip, believe it or not. It smells really good.
So you just sprinkle.
And it's really pretty.
Oh, okay. So kind of a potpourri.
It is. Aromatherapy for chickens, that's what it is.
Aromatherapy for chickens. So here's the 6 nesting boxes. And
So yesterday when I looked through these, I decided not to replace them because they really weren't dirty. There was no poop in there.
So hold on. We got eggs in all of them, and we got a chicken laying right here. Oh, she's just sitting in there. Oh, there she goes. Yep, she must have just laid that one. Let's see.
Is it hot?
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's warm. Well, it could have been warm just because she was sitting on it. But
So
yeah,
anyway, there wasn't any poop or anything, so I just kind of
the chicken here too.
fluffed them up and rotated them, and
Right.
to me they didn't need to be
And what you're
replaced.
talking about are these mats, right?
Yes.
Why don't you, can you pull one in and show them?
Yes.
Cardboard backing, and I think it's made out of hemp or something, isn't it?
These are made out of hemp. The new ones that we have are made out of aspen. But basically I pulled the top layer off and flipped over the top layer, and I left the bottom layer down there that has the paper on the back.
Yeah. So instead of wasting one, because it's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting one and putting a new one in, you just kind of fluffed it up.
Now,
and
if they
made it
were full of poop or something, I would have replaced the whole thing. But I did go ahead and spray them with the mite spray.
right. And we haven't seen any problems with mites, but that doesn't mean you don't. Okay, hold on. This is just too damn loud. It's pretty noisy in there. Yeah, so we don't have a problem with mites, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a problem with mites. It's the same thing with bees. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean you don't have a problem with them. They're very small. So the spray that she put in there yesterday, and I apologize for all this noise, but the chickens are very active today.
For what I understand, most chickens and most coops do have mites, so we're just going to always pretend like we do.
Yeah, right.
So I'm going to take this potpourri, so to speak. I'm just going to sprinkle it around each nest.
Yep.
You just put it on top. The chickens are not going to eat it.
No.
As far as I know, I have not seen my chickens eat it.
Well, they might peck at it, nibble at it, and then spit it back out.
But it's herbs. It's 100% natural.
Right, you got a chicken in here.
This chicken that's in there, I'm just going to put my hand in there and she'll probably leave. Okay, smells nice and pretty now.
Yeah, and it does smell nice. That is really nice. So, in case y'all are wondering, we collect eggs at 5 p.m. In the 5 o'clock hour every day. That's why these eggs are still here right now. Wow, it's 5 in that one already. They must have been busy this morning.
I think that we disturbed them yesterday and they didn't get all their laying done.
How many did you get yesterday?
Just 12.
Oh yeah, they weren't done yet.
Yeah.
So that's probably what these are from last night. But that's okay. We'll get them.
We'll get them this evening.
What are you doing, Ozzy?
Oh, all the chickens were coming up and peeking into the nest.
Oh yeah, there's
See what
a
was
bunch
going
in
on.
there right now. See if I can get the camera down in there and see. They're all just kind of hanging out.
They do like the fresh bedding in there.
Yeah.
You can see where some of them have nestled down into it.
And I've got the clean out door open right now, so that's why they're all just jumping in and checking out what's going on. Chickens are very curious animals and very, very social. You're just enjoying this, aren't you? What's up, Guten Morgan? Yeah, he'll bite. What y'all doing over there? Yeah, well, I know. We're invading your space. So you can see the new roosts are put in. Here's one right up here. I can't reach it from where I'm at. So we got 3 of them in here. There's 1, 2, and then 3. And we left the other one up next to it that has got the soft stuff on it because it was really difficult to take it down. And it's not hurting anything. And we'll be putting... We might just leave the big ones up. I don't know. Rhonda did a great job on all that in there. And we still got some more work to do before winter kicks in. We're going to put some solar up in here and probably put some heating pads down here. We're not going to use heat lamps. It's very dangerous. But we will use some heat pads and things like that just to warm it up a little bit for them. Remember that cold can hurt chickens, but nowhere near as quick as heat. Heat is a killer. So keeping them cool in the summertime is a difficult thing, keeping them water fresh and all that. But in the wintertime, they can handle the cold more than you think they can. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching us and sticking with us. Please remember to like and subscribe. It's so important to us that you do that. Also, check out the podcast. It's Top's Bunker Podcast. I think you guys will like it. It's a little different than this channel, but I think you guys will like it. So thanks again, guys, and Honeycomb Holler out.